Hello and welcome to the program. This edition of Newsroom series covering Nigeria's Northeast. I am Bukola Koka. First, the top story. The governor of Imo State, Uzodimma, and chairman of the Progressives Governors Forum, has assured the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Professor Nentawe Yewada, of the forum's unwavering support as he pilots the affairs of the ruling party. In a statement personally signed by the governor to mark Professor Yewada's birthday, Governor Uzodimma describes the APC chairman as a born leader whose early promise has blossomed into national leadership. In his statement, the chick that will grow into a cock is known by the day it hatches. A goldfish has no hiding place, and just like the mustard seed that grows into a great tree, your early promise has blossomed into national leadership, Governor Hope Uzodimma stated. He continues his praise of Professor Yewada as phenomenal in academia, public administration, and politics, noting that his emergence as the leader of Africa's largest political party was the placement of a round peg in a round hole. The governor of Bauchi State, Mr. Bala Mohammed, is wooing the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, to consider aligning with the People's Democratic Party, PDP. In response, Mr. Obi says he is not ruling out the possibility of working with Governor Mohammed in the future. The remarks were made during a courtesy visit by Mr. Obi to the Bauchi State governor at the Government House. During the visit, Mr. Obi advocates for a single 5-year tenure for public office holders, which he believes would enhance governance efficiency. Our correspondent Hajara Aliu reports.
The 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, is in Bauchi State on a private visit to educational institutions. He awards scholarships worth 15 million naira to students of a nursing college and an Islamia school.
I'm going to be your partner in this project. Today, I want to start with the initial support of 10 million naira. Today to support, today to ensure that we support this school.
He also held an interactive session with students of the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Bauchi, where he fielded questions on governance and national development. After these engagements, Mr. Obi proceeds to the Government House, where he met Governor Mohammed.
So you have a new one that
Addressing journalists, Governor Mohammed emphasizes the need for a stronger united political front to challenge the current administration.
This ADC, PDP, NNPP and the rest must come together if we will unseat the present administration that is not doing well. We have to come together. And we don't hate even the present administration. We wish they would do better. But as I discussed with you, there is no budget. There is no plan.
Mr. Obi echoed similar sentiments, and when asked about his proposed one term, he reiterates his position and shares additional governance reform ideas.
If I have opportunity, we should stop having second tenure for president. It should be 5 years. That's what is in South Korea. So people come in and know they have a job to do.
Governor Mohammed used the opportunity to openly invite Mr. Obi to join the People's Democratic Party.
I told you we want you to come back to PDP. And that's what I must say. So please come back. That's where you belong. Don't go to anywhere where there's disarray. But you have taught me that this is about coming together, closing rank.
Journalists demanded a response to the invitation, and he remarked,
No, I'm asking if you would consider joining the PDP since...
No, remember what we said, that we are working together. So we're not separate. It's you that is separating us. So.
With meetings like this, future collaboration is certainly not out of the question. Hajar Ali, Channels Television News.
And now to security matters. 7 Boko Haram terrorists have been killed as troops of the Nigerian military repelled an attack on Ran, a community along the Nigerian-Cameroon border in the Lake Chad. The terrorists attempted to infiltrate Ran, Kalabalge local government area of Borno State from Cameroon on Thursday night, but met strong resistance from the Nigerian troops who engaged them until the early hours of Friday before they were successfully repelled. Theatre Commander Ofik Major General Abdusalam Abubakar, in a chat with Channels Television shortly after leading troops on an offensive, disclosed that several weapons were recovered as the terrorists fled with injuries sustained in the gun battle that had ensued. In his words, troops of Ofik repelled a Boko Haram attack on Thursday in Ran community. The terrorists, coming in from the Cameroonian border, engaged our troops in a fierce gun battle from 11 o'clock on Thursday night to around 2 a.m. on Friday morning. 7 terrorists were killed in the more than 3 hours gun duel. Several of them escaped with gun wounds. Troops trailed them using the blood stains, while more casualties will be recorded. Away from security now, the Academic Staff Union of Universities at the Taraba State University is threatening to begin an indefinite strike over the welfare of its members. The union, led by its chairman, Mbave Joshua, explains that the state government is not responding to their demands even after a 2-week ultimatum expires. He explains that the government is neither reaching out for dialogue nor issuing a public statement on the matter.
The union convenes this press briefing to draw public attention to the continued breach of trust and failure of commitment by the Taraba State government, which have undermined the industrial peace we have painstakingly upheld over the past months. Despite enduring extreme hardship, demonstrating commendable restraint, and maintaining our unwavering dedication to the ideals of responsible agreement, the collective passion of our union has been repeatedly tested. It is now evident that our goodwill is being misconstrued as weakness, our position and resolve. It is important to recall that a 2-week ultimatum was issued by the union, which expired at midnight of 31st July 2025. The government has neither reached out for dialogue nor issued a public response. This continued indifference sends a dangerous message that agreements with ASU are non-binding and that the academic workforce is disposable. The Congress of ASU, Taraba State University branch, has, after extensive deliberation, resolved to resume the previously suspended strike action should government fail to take urgent and concrete steps to address the festering issues enumerated.
The Adamawa state government is partnering with the Nigerian Export Promotion Council to strengthen the export capacity of local entrepreneurs. At a workshop held in Yola, stakeholders are learning how to earn foreign exchange and overcome barriers in the export process. The Commissioner for Commerce, Trade and Industry, Mr. Ishaya Dabari, says although Adamawa has huge potential in agriculture, it still lags behind in the export business, a situation that the government is working hard to change.
Adamawa is producing large volumes of agricultural goods, but many farmers are not getting full value from their products, as middlemen often transport the goods out of the state without added processing. In this hall in Yola, the state capital, stakeholders across the export value chain are gathering to discuss ways to simplify export certification and improve value addition for locally made products. The state focal person for SABRE, Bello Abubakar Song, says the SABRE disbursement indicator is helping businesses prepare for export by supporting proper certification and promoting a clear state-level export strategy.
Specifically, the federal agencies that are responsible for issuing out the exporter certification are partners in seeing that Adamawa State is able to achieve the required increase of 20% from the number of entities that have obtained the certificate of export from 2022 before the end of December 2025.
Also speaking, Director of the Solid Minerals Directorate at NEPC, Samson Idowu, calls the initiative a timely move that addresses challenges in Nigeria's non-oil export sector.
The SABA DL 613 delivery will seek to strengthen the export readiness of firms through export certification and implementation of state-level export strategy, which align with the Council mandate. It is in tune with our effort under the Operation Double Your Export mantra of the Council and the One State, One Product initiative, which primary objective focuses on supporting businesses on improving their export readiness in order to access new export market and double their exports.
A member of the Adamawa Chamber of Commerce, Sini Tumba, adds that no policy can be sustained if it ignores the input of local investors.
The state government wants to increase certified exporters by 20% at the end of this year. Yes, it's an achievable goal. But the fact is that one thing is lagging. Today we invited businessmen here to come and listen to this sensitization message. But we omitted one segment of the businessmen. This is the informal sector, which the commissioner said is illegal business. In business, we don't call them illegal, we call them informal. It's just that they have not formalized their business.
The Adamawa State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Ishaya Dabari, is acknowledging the hurdles exporters face and is commending SEBA for providing a strong plan to overcome them.
Even our brothers and sisters that are close to us are exploiting us. And this is the main reason is because we are ignorant of the procedure to obtain registration for export businesses. Today, we have the opportunity to be educated more on this procedure. And I believe at the end of this workshop, we'll be better informed. And we will get many people that will actively participate in this business.
Representatives from the Central Bank of Nigeria and the organized private sector are also lending their support to the initiative, affirming its importance for local and national economic growth.
The governor of Adamawa State, Umar Fintiri, is calling for a legal framework that will create more space for women in politics and governance. The governor made the call at a two-day capacity-building workshop for women organized by the state government in collaboration with the Jagamato Community Development Initiative taking place in Yola, the state capital.
In a rare political achievement made possible through advocacy and the ballot, all vice chairpersons of the 21 local government areas in Adamawa State, as well as the deputy governor, are women. This forum in Yola is bringing together these female leaders in order to strengthen their skills in governance and political leadership. In his keynote address, former Vice-Chancellor of Modibo Adamawa University, Yola, Professor Abdullahi Liman Tukur, is stressing that inclusive governance is key to any thriving democracy.
As a keynote, the focus is on building a democratic future. It's not for yesterday, it's for today and tomorrow. But of course, we have to know where we are coming from. If we understand where we are coming from, we might be able to situate ourselves appropriately and then have a very bold future prefiguration of what we want to do in the future. And for this, we are specific role of women in development and governance. Not anywhere else, but specifically in Adamawa State.
The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Yaya Jimijinyawa, says the current administration is intentionally giving women more roles in governance and will work towards securing legal backing to sustain this policy.
As a government, we have made conscious effort to promote gender inclusion in our appointments, in our policies, and in our budgetary priorities. But we acknowledge that more needs to be done, especially at the local government level, where the structures often fail to reflect the diversity and capability of our population.
Also a member of the National Assembly, representing Mayo Belwa, Ganye, Jeddah, and Tungo Federal Constituency, Mohamed Bassi, commends Governor Umaru Fintiri for his gender-sensitive appointments.
When you are in public office, you are expected to conduct yourself in a manner that will reflect the office you occupy. So, being women, and we have never had women in such positions. So we decided that there's need for them to be trained on etiquette so that they can be they can conduct themselves moderately or with modesty wherever they find themselves in public places.
Meanwhile, Vice Chairperson of Mayo Belwa Local Government, Hawa Datijo Yerima, is saying the workshop is giving them valuable knowledge to serve better in public office.
It's a very good workshop whereby we women will come together and voice out our differences in governance and within the problem we are facing in the community and the challenges. And I'm sure by the end of this workshop, we'll come up with something tangible.
The Adamawa experience shows that when women are given the opportunity, they can lead effectively and shape policy for the greater good.
Stakeholders in Yobe State are urging young people to develop entrepreneurial skills in order to become self-reliant, even as government jobs are becoming increasingly scarce. Commissioner for Transport and Energy in the state made this appeal during a training and empowerment program for 250 youths across 7 local government areas.
These 250 young people from 7 local government areas in Yobe East Senatorial District are currently taking part in the training program Tech Skills. They are coming from rural communities where banking services are limited due to insecurity and poor infrastructure. The Commissioner for Transport encourages the trainees to embrace tech skills that will help them become self-reliant.
Today we gather not just as individuals, but as a united force, a generation eager to harness our potential and create a lasting impact on our community and our world. It is imperative that we recognize the role of youth as catalysts for change, innovation, and sustainable development. The importance of skills and knowledge in an ever-evolving world, equipping ourselves with the right skills and knowledge can no longer be viewed as optional.
Stakeholders are saying the training is timely, especially now that white-collar jobs are hard to get.
It's a very worthwhile program that I will always encourage that from time to time, people should be trained on digital economy. We came to talk about the use of point of sale, POS, because employments have become very difficult to get. But this one, once a young man or a young woman gets a POS to use, the person is already employed.
This kind of initiative is something that we have been expecting for long, and it has started now. With this skill acquisition, I believe the youth of Zone A, that is Yobe East Territorial District, I believe they are going to make it, and I believe they are going to be benefit out of this program. They are going to be provided with the facilities, that is laptop and some token, that will encourage them to continue.
The training is being organized by the National Research Institute for Chemical Technology, Zaria, in partnership with Give Chris Global Services.
Our intention is to do it
in order to reduce unemployment, because we believe that after the training, a lot of people, I mean the youth, they will become employed. They will not be moving endlessly again, and they will not depend on anybody to solve their immediate problems.
This initiative will help young people take charge of their future while also improving financial services in remote areas of Yobe State.
The federal government, through the National Agency for the Great Green Wall, has flagged off a massive tree planting campaign across 11 northern states to fight desert encroachment. The Director General of the agency, Mr. Saleh Abubakar, announced that 11 million seedlings are being planted in the affected areas.
The Director General of the National Agency for the Great Green Wall, Saleh Abubakar, is first visiting the Emir of Badi, Abubakar Suleiman, who also serves as Vice Chairman of the Yobe State Council of Chiefs. He is briefing the Royal Father on the agency's mission in the state. The team then moved to May Malari community in Yusufari local government area, a hard-to-reach location heavily affected by desertification, accessible only by four-wheel drive vehicles. Amidst cheers and warm reception, the Emir of Yusufari and the local community welcomed the officials for the tree planting exercise.
In culmination of our 10th year anniversary, the flag-off is the high point of this year's event we are going to do. This is the flag-off of tree planting across the 11 states, and this is happening simultaneously. So we are planting, we have chosen this site of my Malari as a very veritable example of desert encroachment, dry land, and degraded environment.
The tree planting is taking place with the participation of the emirs of Yusufari and Badi, alongside the representative of the Yobe state government.
This area has been devastated by sand dunes. As you can see, Sahara is fast approaching. So the only way to stop the desert encroachment is by planting trees. So that is why the Great Green Wall is doing its job and is planting more trees so that to protect the environment from the Sahara.
The Commissioner for Environment, Yakubu Sidi Karasua, commends the federal government for the project.
The issue of tree planting is a matter of action, not the talking. So we are glad that today we have seen one of such action, and in fact being participated by our royal fathers, Emir of Bade and Emir of Ispari. And this place, as you can see, it requires what we have done today because it's seriously affected by the desertification, the sun movement. So therefore, I'm very, very grateful for what I have seen.
The tree planting exercise is happening simultaneously across the 11 states mostly affected by desertification in Nigeria.
The chairman of the 19 Northern States Governors Forum and governor of Gombe State, Inuwa Yahaya, is hosting Christian leaders from the 19 Northern States under the Christian Association of Nigeria, led by Reverend John Hayap. At the Executive Council chamber of the Gombe State Government House, discussions are centering on peace, security, and sustainable development across Nigeria's north.
His Excellency.
The chairman of the Northern States Governors Forum, Inuwa Yahaya, is warmly receiving Northern Christian leaders under the Christian Association of Nigeria during a special visit to the Executive Council chamber of the Gombe State Government House. After the introductions, delegations led by Reverend John Hayab, flanked by other notable clerics, praised the governor for the rapid development and peaceful coexistence in Gombe State under his administration, calling for the Gombe model to be replicated in all 19 northern states.
Your Excellency, sir, your position as chairman of the Northern Governors Forum is both a recognition of your competence and a call to serve as a unifying voice for the region. At this critical moment in our history, when suspicion, stereotypes, and divisions have crept into the fabrics of our society, there is no better person than yourself to lead the urgent conversation and action required to reclaim our shared value of unity, peace, and mutual respect.
The conversation is also on addressing unity in the north, especially in the face of insecurity and extremism.
Northern Nigeria needs healing, and we strongly believe that under your chairmanship, the forum can initiate a practical and sustainable framework that brings together traditional rulers, religious leaders, youth influencers, and public officials to deliberate regularly on how to foster unity and peaceful coexistence in our region. We don't want to have a region where our children will grow and be suspecting one another. We want to see in our region that our children will grow and be celebrating one another. We must deliberately and collectively create an enabling environment where young people, whether Christians or Muslims, can learn to live together, go to schools together, we've seen it in this state, grow up together, and build lifelong relationships that are not defined by religious identity, but by shared humanity.
Visibly delighted, Governor Yahaya says he's committed to a more united, prosperous, and forward-looking northern Nigeria.
Your coming here is like, one, encouraging us to look back and also move into this level and look forward so that we take whatever is remaining in the goods that we used to have before in the days of the Sardona and add with what we are able to add now or invent. Because whether we like it or not as leaders, we must be ingenious enough to create ways and means by which the society will live peacefully, because without peace, there will never be progress. So let us join together and fight the common enemy. The common enemy is just that.
The renewed handshake between the Christian leaders and the Northern Governors Forum is seeking ways to end insecurity, reduce poverty, tackle religious intolerance, and defeat banditry while promoting unity, development, and fairness across the region.
And that's it on the program for today and indeed for the entire week. Join us again same time next week when we'll bring you stories from across Nigeria. I am Bukola Koka. Bye for now.